So hello guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video, we will be starting with our arrays and we will be covering some important questions that are asked in your interviews and placements. So our first question for today is we have been given an array and we want to reverse this particular array. So this problem usually comes inside EC section. So but you should know how you will reverse an array. In this, we will be discussing two approaches, that is first the brute force approach and the optimized approach. So let's see. So how you will reverse an array. Suppose if you have been given an array with the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and you need to reverse this array. So your output should look like this: 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So this is the output. So this is in case of an if your array has odd length, if your array is of odd length. Similarly, in case of an even length array, what I will do, suppose 1, 2, 3, and 4. So your output should look like this. That is 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I hope you got the intuition that how you will do this. You at least you should try the brute force approach. So after that, I will tell you. So let's see how we'll use the brute force approach to solve this problem. So here we have been given an array 3, 4, and 5. So there are 5 elements in our array. So how we will reverse this particular array? So brute force approach says that what output we need is basically this. So if you look at closely, you will notice something that what we are actually doing is we are basically moving this 5 to our first index, moving this 4 to our second index, moving this 3 to our this third index, moving this to our this index, and moving this 4 to our this index. So basically this is n minus 1 and this is 0. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is also 0, 1, 2, and 3. So as you can see, this is my first array and this is my second array. Okay. So for reversing an array, what you are doing is basically you are moving this first array is n minus 1, basically the last index value, to second array first index, and similarly you are doing it for 4, 3, 2, and 1. So let's see how we will do it in our code. So for that I need an array. So first I will ask the user what is the length of this array and I will create an array. So basically I need two array. So this is the reversed array which we get. Okay. Now let's take input. We will ask the, this is how we will take the input for all the array elements. Okay. Now what we need to do is we are discussing the, let me zoom it, brute force approach. What I said, we will create a function that will basically be called as reverse array, and it will pass the arrays, and you should know that arrays are always passed by reference, so we don't need to specify this and over here. These are by default passed by reference, so whatever changes that you made in this array, that will be reflected in the original array also. So okay, so what was our logic? Our logic was we will run a loop from n minus 1 till 0 from first array, and runs a loop from 0 to n minus 1 for second array, and whatever value is there inside my n minus 1, that is basically the last index of my first array, we will pass it that into our second array first index. Okay, so let's see how we'll write it in code. You can do it in one for loop, or you can use two for loops, but I'm using a single for loop, and what I will do is I will do for int I is equal to n minus 1. You can specify j separately, that is j is equal to 0. So this is how you are basically declaring two variables in a single go, okay, and using that with these two variables, okay. So while I is greater than equal to 0 and while j is less than n, whatever I will do I minus minus and I will do j plus plus. I will explain you what I'm doing. I had already explained you, but we will try in this particular code. What I will do in BRR of j, I want ARR of I, and then I also need to print my array. So I will use print array function, which will basically take this, and what I will do for int I of 0, I less than n and I plus this cout error of I cout end l. So let's first print our array and end, and for this we will, why it's complaining expected a declaration. Let's see, for this after reversing we will print ARR for our BRR and N. Okay, so we are done it correctly. So let's run our program. So it will ask us the size. Let's give 5. Let's enter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have not called our reverse array function. Sorry, BRR. Sorry, ARR, BRR, and N. So let's give 5. The number of elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see, we have successfully reversed our entire array. So how this code is working is, let me tell you exactly. So what it has done is, it has started a loop from n minus 1 from the first array and j is equal to 0 from the second array, while I is greater than 0 and j is less than, decremented the value of I and incremented the value of j. So basically this will copy this to this, decrement this I value, this will, this is j, this will increment this I value, while this is, it will reach j to n, and while I reaches 0. So it will copy these values. Okay. So this was our brute force approach. So let's discuss the efficient approach. So what efficient approach says is, so let me first tell you what is the complexity of this problem. So this is basically a big O of n times, we are basically running two loops. So basically two loops we are doing and copying from this array to this. So this is basically big O of n square, its time complexity big O of n square, and we are also taking extra space, extra array of length n. So this auxiliary or space complexity will be big O of n, or auxiliary space will be big O of n. Okay, so this was about brute force. Now let's discuss the efficient approach. So what we will do in this efficient approaches, we will basically create an array. So 1, 2, so this is our array. Now instead of creating another array and copying those elements into that, we will basically use two pointer approach. We will set low is equal to first index and high equal to over here. What we will do, while I will, let me show you what we will do. What we will do, we will swap this low and high. What it will do, it will do 5, and over here it will be 1. We will increment this low and we will decrement this j. Okay, so low will be now here and high will be now here. We will again swap 4 and 2. Now our low gets incremented, we will increment and we will decrement this h. So this will be swap, 3 will be swapped again, and low will get gets incremented and h will gets decremented. Because once my low is greater than h, so we will stop our loop. So basically we are traversing, instead of traversing two times or an entire array, we are traversing our array just half, and it is giving us the output. So this is our reverse array, as you can see. So let's write down the code. So it's again pretty simple. Void reverse array will require an array, int n. Let me comment this out first. What I will do, I will set my low to 0 and set my high to n minus 1. So this is what we are done. Set our low to the first index and high to the last index. And what condition we have specified? While. The condition I will write later on. What we had done, we had moved array of low to array of high. Basically, we have swapped. So we have built-in swap function in our C++. You can in Java you can write a separate swap function. So this will be high, and after that swapping, what we had done, we had incremented our j and we had decremented our h. So what I will do, low plus plus and high minus minus until while our low is greater than or our low is less than or equal to high, sorry, until my low is less than equal to high. If my low is equal to high, we will return, or we will basically stop our this swap process, and or while my low is greater than high, we will come out of this while loop and our array will be successfully reversed. So let's reverse array again. This is the same function name I had used, and then I will call print array for ARR and n. So this will be our reversed array. So let's write the statement also. It's giving some error after reversing, and so this will be our before reversing. Okay, so what's the error that it is giving us is reverse array. Let's run. Sorry, my mistake. Run. So it's giving that reverse array invalid conversion from int star to int. The reverse array brrn. Oh, sorry, we had given two. Instead of this, we had only two arguments over here. Let's rerun our program. So suppose I have given five values, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see, before reversing, our array was this, and after reversing, our array is this. So you can run it for another test case. Suppose if our array has four elements, that is of even length, 1, 2, 3, 4, it will give us 4, 3, 2, 1. So I hope you understood this question. So if you have understood, so please give it a like and share also and subscribe, because we will every day I will create a video for you guys, and we will complete our 100 days code challenge, and we will be motivated enough, and after solving many problems, we will be motivated, and we will basically revise these concepts, and we will basically be able to crack our internships and placements. Okay, so our main focus is placements, so let's crack it. Okay, so thank you. Okay.